guys, welcome back to Too Cool for Middle School and welcome to one of my favorite times of the year, Dressember. It's currently the end of November, which means that in just a couple of days I'm going to stop wearing pants for 31 days. That's right, no more pants, only dresses for 31 days. If you've been around my channel for a while, you might already know what Dressember is, but today I'm just going to go through the basics, the who, what, when, where, why, and how of Dressember. As you probably know, social justice is very, very important to me, and this is one of my favorite ways to get involved on a global scale with organizations that I believe in, as well as interacting with you guys and other people on social media and trying to spread awareness about modern day slavery. So let's start with the what. What is Dressember? What do we do during Dressember? So for 31 days, from December 1st until December 31st, we wear a dress every single day or a bow tie. During those 31 days, we post pictures of ourselves in our dresses to social media just in order to spread awareness about what we're doing and to try to bring in donations towards the cause that we are fighting for. So that's what we do. We wear dresses or bow ties and then post pictures to social media. That part is pretty easy. So all of that would just be kind of like a fun fashion challenge in itself, but there's a much bigger reason why we're doing this. Modern day slavery and human trafficking are still huge problems that for some reason go fairly unnoticed by the majority of us. There are millions upon millions of people who are still enslaved, who are being trafficked, who are stuck in brothels against their will and cannot leave, people who are indentured servants and can't work their way out of debt by design of the person who hired them. This is happening in other countries, this is happening in the United States, and a big part of why we're doing this is to spread awareness and information about the fact that this is still going on, and then also to raise money, not to donate to Dressember itself. Dressember is just like the campaign and the platform that we use to just kind of gain attention around this movement, but the people that we donate to are the A21 campaign, the International Justice Mission, and then a couple of other smaller organizations, and I think I'll hear more about them at the Dressember party that I'm going to next week. It's kind of hard to like disseminate this information through a video, but if you want to know about the International Justice Mission, you need to read this book. It's called The Locust Effect by Gary A. Haugen, and he is one of the founders of the International Justice Mission. And when you go through this book, you learn about the incredible injustices that are going on in so many different places throughout the world, and it's mostly violence and violence against the poor. So what the International Justice Mission does is they provide people like lawyers to prosecute the people who are, carrying out these injustices. They provide translators, they provide even like police and like detective workers to go in and disrupt these systems that are set up to take advantage of the poor. This is one of the best but most heartbreaking books that I've ever read, and if you do Dressember, I highly recommend that you read this. I mean, it's fairly long and fairly dense, but if you want to know why we're doing this and why we're so desperate to spread awareness about what is happening, this is one of the books that you need to read. Another book that I would suggest is called Sold by Patricia McCormick. I have that book in my classroom, and it's the story of a girl who lived in Nepal and who was trafficked into India, into a brothel, and it's based on a true story. It's written more for like young adult levels, and it's written in like verse form, so it's really beautiful. It's not vulgar, even though it's talking about some really despicable things. But both of these I highly suggest just to get a hold of the why. Why are we doing this and why do we care so much? So in the past we have raised millions of dollars, and we donate some of the money to the International Justice Mission, and then another large portion goes to the A21 campaign, and you can follow them on Instagram as well. It's Christine Kane's organization, and they mostly do the work of when women come out of these situations where they've been trafficked, and maybe, you know, they find them in a hospital because they've been beaten within an inch of their life, and they don't even want to say anything about what really happened to them, but they have these people who are trained to recognize women who are in these situations. They can get them out of those situations, hide them, help them to recover physically, emotionally, spiritually, psychologically from the unimaginable abuse that they've gone through. And then they help to give them job training and the things that they'll need to get back on their feet and recover from the incredible violence that they've been through. So the organizations that we're donating money to are more than worthy of anything that we can give them. And I'll be talking about this more as we go through the month of December. And I just really appreciate this time to spread awareness about human trafficking and modern day slavery. And then additionally this year, I'm going to be wearing a piece of clothing every day that is either ethically made or made in the US, so that I know that it wasn't made in a sweatshop or was made by women who have been rescued out of these human trafficking situations. So there are these amazing organizations that are providing women a way out of these awful situations and giving them a way to make money for their family, because they still need to be able to do that. So I'll be sharing a lot more information throughout the month than I can share here. So the win for Dressember is December 1st through the 31st. I know that it's cold, and I know that for most of you it's a lot colder than it is for me here in Southern California. So that can be difficult, but let's talk about the how. How do we wear dresses every day for 31 days? You can wear leggings underneath. Honestly, you could wear pants underneath, even though I said I'm not wearing pants for the next 31 days. You can wear layers, you can wear vests, you can wear jackets, you can wear long sleeves under a dress, you can wear sweatshirts over a dress. If you scroll back through my Instagram over the last 5 years, I've done this for 5 years now, this will be my 6th year, you can see all the different ways that I've styled different dresses. And you do not have to have 31 dresses. The founder of Dressember, Blythe Hill, she actually wore one dress for the entire month of Dressember. I think it was 2 years ago. And she styled it differently every single day, because this is kind of a creative outlet and sort of just a fun style challenge and a way to just get the most out of the dresses in your closet. So if you have 10 dresses, you are doing great. You would only have to wear each of your dresses like 3 times throughout the month. And it's actually really fun to challenge yourself to kind of style them different ways. So I do have, I don't know, 26, 27 dresses in my closet probably. But some of them are like maxi dresses or very summery dresses, and so I typically don't really wear those during Dressember, but I'll probably wear about 15 of them, and I would love to actually wear all of them at least twice, just to challenge myself to like style it a different way each time. So take advantage of your leggings and your boots and your socks and your cardigans and your jean jackets and your vests and your beanies and your mittens and all those different things. It's just a really fun way actually to get dressed every morning. So who can do Dressember? Anybody can do Dressember. Boys, girls, anybody who wants to. You can do a bow tie every day, you can do a dress every day, and it does require a lot of like stamina. And I mean, a lot is a subjective term, but to do this every single day for 31 days, there is definitely a point a week or so in when you're just like, I'm done with this, I really don't want to do this, I just want to wear some sweats today, or just want to wear jeans, and you really don't feel like doing it. And I know that there's a lot of criticism about like social media activism, slacktivism, and I get that. I totally agree with people who say that, you know, activism gets really watered down when all you have to do is tweet or like post a picture on Instagram. But there's something different about this, where you are physically getting dressed every day. You have to think about this campaign and this mission every single day when you get dressed. You don't get a break from it. And then you have to think about it every day when you post on social media. And I always like to, you know, provide information and education and different resources as I'm posting my outfits. It's not just like, look at me, I'm doing this, I'm so, you know, giving and whatever. It's not about that. It's just about having a vehicle and a platform to spread this information, and you're always going to share your link. You will have a personal Dressember link when you sign up for this campaign. You'll go to dressember.org, and I will link all of the information down below. And you can even join a team, just because like that helps you to have some encouragement behind you and to feel like you're raising even more money. You can set a team goal, and obviously none of this money that you raise goes to you. None of it at all. It doesn't even go to Dressember. It's going to go to these different organizations that are literally fighting human trafficking and modern day slavery on the ground. They are physically pulling children out of brothels and pulling women out of back rooms where they're being held, and they are taking them and feeding them and clothing them and housing them and healing them and nourishing them. That's who we're giving the money to. And Dressember has a great website, a very transparent website where you can see you know, where all of the money goes. Dressember does take a cut of the money in order to support their administrative costs, but it's very, very low, especially when you like compare it to other types of organizations that do similar things. And even when people donate on the Dressember website, they'll have an option to, like, maybe they donate $25 and then they can also cover like the credit card processing fees, so that money doesn't get taken away from the actual organizations. So a lot of your questions can be answered on the Dressember website. I just wanted to share with you why I am doing it, so all of you can be involved. And if you can't actually wake up every day and wear a dress every day, then maybe you can just donate and support somebody who is doing the campaign and help them to reach their fundraising goals. So where are we doing Dressember? Everywhere. There are people all over the world that get involved in Dressember, and one of the really fun things about it is that most of like the campaigning goes on Instagram. Like, you can totally tweet your pictures and you can put them on Facebook and you can put them on Snapchat, but the majority of people put them on Instagram. And then you can just search the hashtag, like hashtag Dressember, hashtag Dressember 2018, hashtag Dressember Advocate, and you can find other people all around the world who are passionate about the same thing that you are. And I made so many friends on Instagram. Like 6 years ago when I first started doing this, that was the first time I really realized like the power of a hashtag and the way that it can bring people together. And I started following all the other people who were doing Dressember. They all started following me, and we were all encouraging each other and commenting on each other's posts. And it's just a really cool way to get connected to other people around the world. And if you're the only one doing it where you are, you get encouragement from all these people all around the world. I'm always the only one doing it. So it's great to have other people that I know all around the country, all around the world doing it with me. And actually this year at my school, one of my coworkers is gonna do it with me, because last year she would always see, like during break time, like I'd get a student to like take a picture of me in my dress so I could post it on Instagram, and she was just like asking. So I explained Dressember to her and she thought that sounded really cool. So she's gonna do it with me this year. And then my friend Emily from Read It, Write It, Learn It on Instagram, she's gonna do it this year with me as well. So you start to just like bring people alongside you when you do stuff like this. Even some of my students have done it. It's mostly boys too. They'll wear a bow tie every day, and they always raise more money than me. They get donations from all the teachers and all their parents' friends and stuff, and it's great. One of the really cool things about this is just that you are physically every day, you know, maybe dressing a little bit differently than you normally do if you don't always wear dresses or you don't always wear a bow tie. And so people kind of start asking you questions, and every single day you have this platform and this way that you can talk to people about what you're doing. So I think we've covered everything, right? Who, everyone, what, Dressember, wearing a dress every day, when, December 1st through 31st, where, everywhere in the world, why, because human trafficking still exists, and then the how. We are just wearing dresses or bow ties every day during the month of Dressember. So how can you join up with Dressember right now? You can go to dressember.org and make your profile, and if you'd like to be on my fundraising team, This year mine is called Teachers for Justice 2018, and we can just all set a fundraising goal together and try to reach that goal. If you'd like to donate to my December campaign, I will leave a link below. There's also a new feature here on YouTube where you can donate through YouTube. And every single day on Instagram, I'm going to remind you about December and leave a link there for you to donate to my campaign. So again, none of this money is going to me. None of this is to benefit myself. Everything is to raise awareness and raise resources to fight back against one of the biggest and most powerful industries in the world. There is so much money and power behind brothels and strip clubs and pornography, child pornography, all of these really heartbreaking, destructive, just secretive, dark things that are happening right under our noses. They're happening here in the United States. They're happening to the most vulnerable people in the most vulnerable countries where nobody is looking out for them. But once we know about these kinds of things, we need to do our part to try and stop this. They're receiving money from clients all the time. So it's going to take money from us to fight back against them. So please get involved in this campaign, whether you're donating or whether you're participating. And if you have any other questions, please leave them in the comments below. I'll do everything that I can to answer your questions. And I'll be sharing my outfits on Instagram and on my blog, and I'll have more YouTube videos about this as well.
Let's go!
Say go December!
No.
Say super wings!
No.
Can you say hi?
No.
No? Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll be hanging out all through the month of December, and I'll be giving you more updates. Hope you're having a great day. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!